Hi, my name is Angus Ho with Daddy Dat, a part of the Ash Management Group. I want to show how you can budget as a full-time engineer, make real estate investments, and live an exceptional family life as a dad. So, come along with me in this journey of wealth. I have to say that 2020 has brought some challenges when it comes to finances, and if you have any savings left, investing that money as intelligently as you can will make a big difference in having just a little bit more and giving you an edge over anybody else. So today, I want to give you a few tips on how you should invest today so that you will be prepared for 2021. By doing whatever you can now in terms of investing, it will help you reach that dream house sooner, travel the world when the economy starts back up, more enjoyable, and reach financial independence and retire early sooner. I did a lot of research in Canada, and I'm sure there are equivalent counterparts that you can leverage in whatever parts of the world you are in. The United States, Europe, Asia, or Australia. I'm currently doing this as part of the ASH method, where S is for save. For more information about the ASH method, I'll leave you a video link in the description down below. Now, I would love to begin this topic, but I'm very uncomfortable with that dislike troll looming over me. If you could help me out with a quick smash of that like button to get rid of him, that would be much appreciated. Hey, it worked! Thanks for smashing that like button. The first investment area I would like to look into are the 3-month GICs. Just recently, I've been going on a huge GIC search for the best 3-month GIC because they're locked in short term and they give way better interest rates than savings accounts. The big banks are no longer offering interest rates in their savings account that are enticing anymore. Like the highest I've seen so far is 0.1% with a minimum of $10,000. That is not a good amount anymore. Therefore, I've decided to switch to short-term GICs that will lock in for a short while to wait for better interest rates. Some of the best GICs that I found is this EQ Bank 90-day GIC at 1.7%. With this rate, I can make 17 times more money than leaving it in a savings account. EQ Bank, to me, is a third-tier bank with very minimal services, is purely online with no in-person help, and a very minimal online portal. So to get this interest rate, you should be very comfortable with banking. I have also used a second-tier bank, Tangerine, where they have a bit better service, an online portal that is a little bit better and offers a 90-day GIC at 0.5%. Obviously, the rate is much less, but anything is better than 0.1% in the savings account. Just remember that I'm still just an everyday dad, budgeting and working hard as an engineer to stay out of debt. Then, I discovered the ASH method and strategically invested it into the real estate and the stock market. So my number one way of investing in Canada for 2021 is a 3-month GIC with EQ Bank. The second area of investment I would look into are promotional interest savings accounts. Just within the last month, many smaller banks issued promotional interest rates on their savings account until March 31st, 2021. These promotions are no-brainers because you can dump every dollar into them and not have to be locked in like the GICs. Like Simply Financial has just offered 2.3% interest rate until March 31st, 2021, and Tangerine Bank has offered 2.0% interest until February 28, 2021. There are a few tricks, conditions, and fine print that you have to go through, but if you spend the time to get it, it is well worth it. When utilized properly, under a typical month, I can get anywhere between $100 to $200 per month in interest. When taxes come along, it's nice to have this problem and to write off a bunch of taxes on such a large amount of interest. Sometimes waiting patiently for these promotional interest rates can be a long wait, so you might have to work off of the 3-month GIC and wait for a promotional interest rate and utilize the GICs. The last thing I want to talk about is where the stock market is going. With the COVID-19 outbreak and the presidential election, the volatility has never been so high, the unpredictability and the uncertainty. However, just by watching the stock markets, some trends are starting to emerge and some sectors are performing better than others. So, I just want to share with you some of the thoughts and what sectors I would invest in this year going into 2021. My first sector is the technology sector. If you have a quick peek at some of the index funds like this Vanguard Information Technology ETF, ticker symbol VGT, the 1-year performance of this ETF is 46.15%. The technology sector has definitely rebounded and it's time to jump onto this train. With this pandemic going on, areas that I would invest in would include the cloud industry, e-commerce, and social media. These companies don't require people to operate and continue to operate 24 hours a day without humans. So I've picked a few companies that I think will be best in the technology sector. For the cloud space, Warren Buffett purchased Snowflake at $120 per share in a private offering. This is what Warren Buffett valued the company at, and now it's worth nearly double. Unless the company is going to perform amazingly well in its next quarter, the evaluation of Snowflake should still be $120. Wait a little bit while the attention backs off of Snowflake and invest in that company. The cloud space is going to be very important in the future as more and more companies are going to centralize their data into the cloud. Therefore, I think this company is a good company to watch out for in 2021. The next area to watch is the e-commerce realm. Amazon, for example, would be a great company to watch. Just like Snowflake is twice as expensive as it's worth, Amazon is currently 4 times more expensive as it should. Amazon, however, is able to continue to deliver to the world consumer goods where many of the retail locations are closed. That is why Amazon looks so healthy right now. Once the world returns to normal in 2021, hopefully Amazon will be a good buy. The last area to buy would be the social media space. Social media is another area that helps many people brand themselves and doesn't require any human-to-human interactions. Right now, Facebook is evaluated at a very good price and a great choice to buy today going into 2021. The second sector I would buy into is the robotics industry. As an engineer, I hear so many stories that robotics is the future and human labor is not reliable due to this pandemic. More and more companies are looking into machines to replace their human workforce. Therefore, the robotics industry is a very smart choice to buy into heading into 2021. The one company I would look into is Cognex. Cognex is a robot sensor company that provides visions to many robots and machines. It is used at FedEx to scan weigh labels on packages. It is used in many other industries like electric cars and assembly lines. Robotics is the way of the future, and the ability for robots to sense what they are doing and see what they are doing is more important than ever. The third sector I would put money into now is the emerging market ETFs. These emerging market stocks has taken a huge beating as during this pandemic, no one has any use for them at this time. The 2 emerging markets I would consider is the cryptocurrency ETFs and the marijuana ETFs. I won't buy a large amount of these shares, but having a little invested now will go a long way. These ETF portfolio is not offered by big investment firms, but you can still purchase these ETFs that smaller firms have created and is being sold by the bigger firms. I hope you invest your money now than later, even if you start in a savings account where your money will be flexible. Whatever your situation is, make sure you ask your questions in the Daddy Debt Facebook group. Make sure to comment down below and ask your questions to the YouTube community for what they would do. If you like to hear more budgeting, engineering, or real estate tips, please leave a comment down below on what you want to hear. Smash that like button, subscribe button, and be sure to hit that notification bell so you'll be the first to know when I post new videos every week on Wednesday and Sundays. From the Ash Management Group, this is Daddy Dad saving you money.